The views and opinions that may appear on this show in no way represent the views and opinions of Marshall University, its staff, or its employees. Marshall University approves 9.5 minutes of this broadcast. Viewer discretion is somewhat advised.
Up late
From Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia, you're up late with Jamie Lofiego. Tonight's guests, Ernie Salvatore. From X106.3, Eric on the X. Plus, music by Joe Edens and Jason Smith. And now, your host, Jamie Lofiego!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here in the studio audience. Thank you for tuning in at home on MyZTV. And thank you, Jerry, for getting the door. Thanks very much. Well, for those of you that may have missed our last show last week, and God forbid, I don't know why you would have, I introduced Jerry. Come on up here for a second, Jerry. This is Jerry the Troll, and he is our Up Late mascot. A little bit about Jerry. He used to live in some of the bridges, underneath some of the bridges here in Huntington, but got really upset when someone started painting them pink, so he said it's time to move on. He came to us, and he's a crazy guy, and we're just glad to have him, Jerry. I really appreciate you. He's kind of a crazy guy, though, and you do understand we're on MyZ now, so you got to calm down. When the guests come out, you be nice and polite. You understand that, right? All right, thank you for getting the door, Jerry. Okay, let's be honest real quickly. I think we can do better than Jerry. So if you're watching at home and want to be a doorkeeper for an upcoming episode, go to our website, marshall.edu/uplate. Send us an email, and we would love to have you open our door. What do you think, Zippy? Do you think we can have somebody better looking than Jerry next week?
I think we can, Jamie, and I'll tell you something. I sat up all night thinking about this and trying to figure out what would be the perfect kind of doorkeeper. I just met her. Come here. What's your name, sweetheart?
My name is Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
What is your major here?
Biological science.
Are you single?
Yes.
Okay, well that's the most important
Yeah.
thing. If you have these qualities, particularly these measurements, we want you to send us an email with your name, your phone number, and your address so you can open this door for my benefit and everyone else's. Jamie.
Okay, thank you, Zippy. Yeah, she would be a good asset to the program, and anyone else at home that wants to come on the show. Zip, come on over, buddy. What do you think?
I'm serious about being up all night.
Really?
I really could not figure out what kind of chick, female, that I wanted to have.
We'll take anybody, guy or girl.
Absolutely.
You do think about this show a lot. You care about this show. I care about this show.
I do.
Last week, you don't want to bring this up. I want to bring this up. This is a great story. Before our first taping, you had class. He's a full-time student. He had class across campus. You ran across campus to get to the studio. What did you do before we went on air? Tell him.
I barfed real bad, yeah. Went into the bathroom and puked real hard and violent.
Now we're not making this up.
You know?
We're not making this up. You
No, unfortunately not.
And unlike some of the viewers, they probably threw up after our
Well,
show.
you know, what I love about this, and I'm going to take a minute of your time.
My time, everyone's time.
Your
That's
time,
fine.
everyone's
Go for it.
time. I want to bring a problem I have with this whole setup. You should be conscious of the fact that I almost died on the way over here. You know, I can have a heart attack and just croak out here on the floor, and no one would care about it. I just don't understand that.
See, if we would have rehearsed this during rehearsal, the cameras would have followed you. They didn't see you do that,
Well,
buddy.
that's okay. It's not about that, man. It's not always about the entertainment. It's about the feelings and the fatness of Ryan Zaparian.
He's true about the fatness, by the way. You need to exercise. Yes, there we go.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Power to the people.
Well, listen, let's talk about tonight's show because we got a
Absolutely.
great one. You got my lunchbox there?
Absolutely, we got it.
We got our Night Rider lunchbox. Big show tonight, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Big show.
Love
Let's
the
just
show.
open it up. Who we got on the show tonight? Oh, legendary sports columnist as I stutter, Ernie Salvatore
I
is on
could
the show.
talk to this guy for hours. And
No,
never,
he's-
you know, just anytime he comes, I'm always excited because we
Very
joke and laugh
informative.
around. And he's Italian and I'm Russian, so it's kind of like,
Russian. I'm Italian too, so be
know,
careful.
so-
Plus, Eric on the X from 106.3.
Eric on the X is here.
the
Got a lot of great
Tri-State's
stuff coming up.
#1 rock station.
Uno.
And music by Joe Edens and Jason Smith. So that's an outstanding show.
Very.
Well, let's
very
get things
great
started.
show.
Let's get things started because there's a lot going on Marshall's campus and in our region. So let's get you caught up with what's going on in the news. All right, I'm being joined by Andrew Colgrove. Andrew, buddy, what's our top story tonight?
Well, Jamie, right now the talk around campus is all centered around the Marshall football team's worst start since 1969. Everybody's pretty disappointed to see the Thundering Herd sitting on an 0-4 record. I caught up with one of the Big Green's biggest supporters to see how he's coping with the Herd's tough start.
Hey, honey, you know all these Thundering Herd shirts we got? Burn them all!
Now that's a Marshall maniac. The football season has had one bright spot this season, though, when WVU came to Huntington to play for the first time in more than 90 years. A lot of folks were afraid there might be a few fights break out between the fans, but it turned out to be a great atmosphere with fans from both schools visiting and tailgating together, just getting along and having a great time. Here's what my grandmother has to say about the second Friends of Coal Bowl.
I still hate those WVU bastards.
She bleeds green. The doctor's still trying to figure out what's going on there. Well, fall is now officially here, but people around the region were soaking up the last few days of summer this past weekend at the Kanawha County Fair. There were all kinds of fun and attractions for families to get into, such as rides and good old-fashioned greasy fair food. See, kids could even also try their hand at a game of darts with hopes of winning a prize. But believe it or not, a fair worker says this game is not as difficult as it might appear.
No, it don't take skill. A lot of times I just tell them close their eyes and throw the dart and they'll pop it.
And finally tonight, people were feeling the love on Marshall's campus a couple weeks ago when a few students celebrated International Free Hug Day. They held up signs advertising free hugs to anyone who chose to partake. The holiday was inspired by the website freehugs.org, which encourages the world to be a friendlier place. Even I got involved with a holiday. Jamie, wouldn't you agree that this is just a holiday that everybody can get behind and support and just enjoy?
Oh, absolutely, Andrew. Absolutely. Well, listen, thank you for in the news. I really appreciate it. Stay with us. Right after the break, we're going to have legendary sports columnist Ernie Salvatore. We'll be right back.